What's up, guys? Vince Dao here. I hope your day is going well. Let me not waste any of your time. Let's just get right into this. So I am currently thinking of transitioning the way that we do this channel, and I need your help. So right now, as you may be able to tell, we have this schedule of trying to do a video a day, more or less, live streaming once a week, and it works well for me, I suppose. You know, I'm a college student. I don't have a lot of time or money. I'm more or less a one-man operation in most regards. I don't have a network. I don't have a paid assistant. And so I'm out here trying to do what I can manage. Here's the issue with that. I am coming to realize that it is not competitive in this industry. And I obviously want to succeed in this industry. I want to do commentary full-time as a job one day. And I think and I hope that I have the potential to do that, but I need to maximize it. Okay, I need to maximize it. And when everyone else has a nightly show and they're using it to post several videos from that show a day, it is impossible for me to compete with that in the format that I currently am. And let me be clear about this. I'm not saying competition in a negative way. Obviously, good for all of the people who have their own shows and are doing well for themselves. I'm rooting for all of them. I support them. I hope to collaborate with all of them in what I'm about to announce. But in a market where we're all fighting for attention, it is very difficult to be competitive when you are putting out less content than everyone else, if you get what I'm saying. And I'm not here to complain about that. This is the game. I have to adapt to it. I have to play it. And so I'm saying all of this to say that I'm thinking of transitioning this channel into a live hour-long or so podcast every night. The Vince Dao Show every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, if you kind of get the point. And then the day after, we'll post the clips of the segments from the show for the people who missed it live. You get the idea. You see this on YouTube all the time, right? Daily Wire, Tim Pool, Crowder, they all model their content like this. And I think it's a good idea. I think a lot of you like the sound of it. I'm going to assume most of the audience would be more than happy with that because it's more content for you, right? A lot of you like our streams. It's fun. It's more engaging. I get it. And I also get that this is the next logical step if our channel is to succeed. But here's the problem. The problem is that all of that is a lot easier said than done. This is our fundamental obstacle, and here's where I need your help. As I will reiterate, I'm a one-man team, right? I'm a full-time college student doing this thing out of my apartment. This is literally my bedroom that you see behind me. And so doing a structured nightly news commentary show, as you could imagine, takes a lot of work, especially as one independent person who also has other commitments. And so that's where I humbly have to ask for your guys' help in a couple of different ways. First of all, when we start doing the show, and these are some pre-prepared assets for them that you're seeing on the screen if you're wondering. But first of all, when we start doing the show, tune in and support, obviously. That is the number one thing you can do. All I ask is for your viewership, right? But the second thing I may be looking for is a few helping hands. So especially some like young dudes out there who want to help coordinate and research and put this thing together every week. I also am going to need editors, right? I need video editors who can clip this show for me and maybe make some assets for it. And then for those of you watching who maybe are more plugged in and experienced in the movement, I could use some help maybe pitching the show to advertisers, networks, stuff like that. I just need people to help take some of the workload off my back to help run the operation. And obviously, if the show and the brand becomes a big success, we could discuss revenue splitting and there may be some future career opportunities there, right? And so if that's you, if you're interested in helping in some way, send me an email at vince@vincedao.tv. Again, that's vince@vincedao.tv. And, you know, thirdly, the last thing I would need, and this is not me begging, like I said, but this is an independent grassroots operation ran by a 19-year-old college kid. We don't have a network. I don't have a salary. I don't have a contract. And so if you would like to help get the show off the ground, if you would like to help give us a production budget, anything you can donate, or a better term, I would say invest. I think it's really an investment to help me get this all started is greatly appreciated. So if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, the links to my Venmo and Cash App are in the description. You can also send in a super thanks here on YouTube, although keep in mind, YouTube does take around 30% of that, but that's up to you, right? I'm not in a position to ask. If that's the way is convenient for you, then do it. I appreciate it all. But seriously, like anything you can do to help, I appreciate it. God bless you in advance. And, I will vow to try to make your donation worth it and hopefully to make this a very big, successful thing one day. Let me reiterate about that. I'm not begging. I'm not starving. Don't feel compelled to. But if you genuinely like my content and like the idea, then, feel free to support it, right? Again, it's all appreciated. It's all going to go into the show in some way. But yeah, folks, that is likely the plan moving forward. I will pray on this decision more. I will ask some people about it, but this seems to be the move. But with that said, I will test it out first before I make any big decisions. So here's my second announcement. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern time, most likely, I will do a members-only test run of what our weekly show will look like. So I'll go live here on YouTube for all the channel members, kind of rehearse the show, see how I like it, see how they like it, work out all the kinks. And then next week is my spring break, so I think it's the perfect time. Next week, I will pilot the idea to all of you. So the plan as of now is, okay, and listen up, folks. Starting next Monday, or I should say this Monday, the plan is to do an episode of the Vince Dao Show every night, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We'll try it out for a week, and then depending on how that goes, I'll make the final decision going forward. But yeah, there it is, folks. Like I said, I think it's going to be a lot of work. It's definitely going to be very draining, I can already tell, but I think this is the move, and I think if we do this right, and if I put my 100% into it, it will be very worth it. And I think it's obviously necessary for me to do professionally. And, if I were to criticize myself in the past, I think for a lot of my life, I sat around waiting and hoping for opportunities instead of creating them, right? So I sat around for a long time hoping some network would just discover my content and let me do a show, because I was like, there's no way you could do a show yourself. That's a lot of work. How are you going to put that all together? And then I started to realize you can't just sit around and hope for opportunities in life. You have to go out and create them for yourself. If I want a show, I can't just sit there and hope someone picks it up and does it for me. I have to start the show myself. And so I've decided that even if it's a lot of work, it's going to be a lot of work. Even if it's a lot of commitment, it will be. What successful person ever got where they are by working only as hard as the average person? Never. And so if I have ambitions, which I do, I need to do the same. I need to work very hard and be ambitious, right? So yeah, however much work it takes, I think this is the move, and we are doing it most likely. The Vince Dao Show, it is coming. But okay, folks, let me know what you think of the idea in the comments below. And again, if you want to support financially, I appreciate it in advance. And be sure to join us next Monday, or this Monday. I keep saying next Monday. This Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time for the first test run of this bold and brave idea. And until then, folks, alpha moves only. God bless and peace. On to the next chapter. Let's do this. Very exciting.